at night or early in the morning. Everyone loves brunch, so we're going to do some prep. We've got some bacon, some smoked brisket, some red peppers, some garlic, some heavy cream, some onions, some breakfast potatoes, essentially just some roast red peppers, or roast red potatoes that we roasted off earlier, some shredded hash browns, some mushrooms, some spinach, and some eggs. So the plan is we're going to make an omelet out of half of these and kind of a smoked brisket hash out of the rest. So let's get started. So next up we're going to do, I guess what I consider like a country club style omelet. Kind of where you have like an omelet station and you tell the chef what you want in it. He adds it, cooks all the vegetables and the meat, adds the eggs at the end and folds it. So we've got a pan, a little bit of oil, a little bit of butter. The butter adds flavor and the oil raises the smoke point, so it's not going to burn as quick. So we're going to put that on like a medium-high heat. And then on the cutting board over here, we've got mushrooms, some diced onions, a little bit of spinach, some cheese, and then I've got 5 eggs and maybe a quarter cup of milk that I've whisked together so it's nice and smooth. So we're going to get everything started and chopped and start cooking. So as the mushrooms cook, they release a lot of water, and I like a little bit more of a char on my onions. So we're going to start with the onions, cook those almost till they're caramelized. It's going to add a deeper flavor to the omelet. We're going to get those started. Pinch of salt. When those are about halfway where I want them or where you want them, we're going to cut in the mushrooms, the spinach at the very end, right before we add the eggs, and then we're going to add the cheese just before we're done. So the onions are about halfway to where I want them, so now we're going to add the mushrooms, cook those just a little bit. It's going to add a nice meaty bite to the omelet without actually using any protein, since we've already got sausage and bacon on the side. Mushrooms are in a good spot, so now we're going to cut in our spinach. Just did a really rough chop on that. We're only going to let this cook for just a few seconds because we don't want to wilt it out. We just want to cook it so it's a little soft, and then we're going to come right in with the egg and milk mixture. Scoop everything right down to the middle. And then bring in our eggs. Stir that around just a little bit so everything's nice and mixed up. So we're still over kind of like a medium-high heat. Keep scooping around the outside. And we're going to kind of alternate. We're going to have it on the heat, hold off for just a second, let it cool down a little bit, and we're going to keep going back and forth. So as the omelet starts to set up around the edges, we're just going to run the spatula around the outside. You still see still kind of wet in the middle. So I think what we're going to do is toss it in the oven on broil, just like a low broil, so it'll cook the top and finish that kind of wet egg. Then we're going to add the cheese, flip it over, and we should be good to go. Grab the hash browns from the oven, slide the omelet in just to finish it. So the omelet's done, we finished it in the oven, topped it with a little bit of cheese, put it back in the oven when it was off so it was warm but melted. So now we're going to slide that into the pan. A little shake, we're going to go halfway out, and it's going to flip over on itself to give yourself the omelet that everyone's used to seeing. So Easter 2020, with the quarantine, we can't all get together, and our family normally does a big thing. So we're making brunch to go and dropping it off at my grandparents' porch. So we've got our hash browns, bacon, and some breakfast sausage. Over here we've got an omelet with mushrooms, spinach, some onions, and a bunch of essentially like silver dollar pancakes. I can't have Easter without deviled eggs, classically whipped and then topped with a little bit of paprika and green onions. Over here we've got a soft cooked fried egg with some smoked brisket and roast red potato hash. Down here we've got some French pastries, chocolate stuffed, and then my grandparents actually own a vineyard, a really small one, but they've got grapes. So we reconstituted some grape juice made from the grapes that they grew.